boards. They should have absolutely no problem getting rebounds and getting the ball into their bigs. It's going to be a game changer for them.
It is great to have college basketball back. Coming to you live from the Watsco Center here at the University of Miami this afternoon. We are underway. The officials today, Denise Brooks, Adrian Gilmore-Nichols, and Josh Howell. And it's Hofstra who strikes first.
You know, Hofstra historically has longer possessions. They want to get you dirty in the mud. They want to fight you on the glass. But coming out of the game and hitting this three is telling for them.
Emma Von Essen strikes first, the senior out of Rockville Center, New York, on the preseason All-CAA Award watch list. Here's Raviv for Miami. And a deep shot, a little bit too strong for Kyle. And a whistle on the floor. It'll stay Miami basketball after the foul by Hofstra.
You can just see already Miami has an advantage with Kyle on the inside. She's being very big and asking for the ball early on. So that is a matchup that we're going to make sure that we pay attention to.
There was a look at Danielle Santos-Atkinson, their 7th season at the helm of the Hofstra Pride. She's a graduate of the Florida Gators back in 2006. 3-0 early. Only 1 minute in this afternoon at the Watsco Center. Peterson goes right, hands it off to Raviv. Dribble drive and a foul on the floor. She'll go to the free throw line. So we spotlight Gal Raviv. An opportunity for Raviv in her Miami debut to get the Hurricanes on the board. The 5'9" sophomore guard out of Israel and the transfer from Quinnipiac.
Very crafty, especially going left. She's able to get to the basket with either hand. And, you know, she has poise, an unspeakable poise. She doesn't really let, you know, defenders speed her up.
Was the Israel Breakthrough Player of the Year back in 2021. She's been playing for a national team since she was 11 years old, and just one of a handful of transfers for the University of Miami. And Tricia Cullip certainly hoping that she can get the Hurricanes back to the NCAA tournament this season. It's Hofstra basketball. Here's Coach Cullip.
Israel is one of my favorite countries to play, and I spent 6 seasons there.
Did you?
And understanding, you know, as a professional, we had 14 and 15-year-olds on our team, and so they get exposed really early to a professional culture.
3-1 Hofstra. Here is Alarise Gooden, puts it up, no good, and the rebound. And in the hands of Peterson, the graduate center, and the transfer from SMU.
Coach Cullip said that one of her main points of emphasis is feeding the post, being able to get that entry pass into the post. And Hofstra's very active on defense, and it's been a little bit of a challenge to get that ball into the post thus far.
Miami and Hofstra playing for the first time in program history. Deep three on the way. No good for Kimpson, the transfer from UNLV. One and done opportunity for the Hurricanes. Here's a three from the wing, and it's good. Michaela Carter, the junior out of Brampton, Ontario. She appeared in 29 games with 7 starts last season for Hofstra. 6-1 Pride here early.
Hofstra's hitting first and hitting hard.
Good pass down low. Peterson, big body off the glass, easy bucket.
I heard that bounce over here, Kyle. Post-to-post entry is something that will definitely work with this Miami team. Miami is really big on the inside.
A little over 2 minutes in at the Watsco Center. 6-3 Hofstra leading. Another deep three, not scared to shoot it. A little bit too short. An attempt by Alarise Gooden. And a foul on the floor. It'll be on Magalico, the transfer from SMU, who was actually teammates with Miami's Jessica Peterson last season.
While she was trying to get her on that rebound, Peterson already has 2 rebounds in less than 3 minutes of this basketball game. Very, very active on the board, so her teammate probably knew, got to get her up out of there.
Gal Raviv brings it across the timeline for Miami, hands it off to Kimpson. Peterson hands it off to Adams on the left wing. The pesky defense here early by Hofstra. And now Kyle will set a mini screen here for Raviv, and the southpaw fires away, and she gets it to roll in.
The Hofstra's playing the defense not to allow you to go off of the screen. We call it icing the screen. But Miami's doing a good job in playing off of that.
And now Miami forces a turnover. Trailing by 1, 3 minutes into the contest. Adams deep three, left wing. No good, an air ball off to the right of the rim. After the steal by Adams, Miami cannot convert.
Everybody's trying to get the little jitters out. You know, with probably both teams with a lot of new faces trying to find that chemistry, and this is the time where you're working everything out when you're not in conference play.
And now Gooden turns it over. Here come the Hurricanes. And another turnover, back-to-back turnovers. A little overzealous are both sides here early.
Absolutely.
Hofstra trying to settle things down. They haven't scored in over 2 minutes, still leading by 1. And now Gooden works right underneath. That's a beautiful pass and a bucket for Magaliko. The SMU transfer appeared in 27 games, averaged a little less than 8 minutes per game for the Mustangs last season. Transferred to Hofstra. Peterson up top, foot was on the line, and she gets it to go. Shooter's touch.
Long two. You know, it's a good thing when you have a post that can step out and actually hit that shot, and then you don't have your defense collapsing and doubling Kyle down there in the middle of the post.
Peterson with 4 early points, 2 of 2 from the floor. She led the ACC in rebounds last season, and as Cameron just told you, she can step out a little bit. Speaking of stepping out from distance, and no good, Von Essen. Second chance opportunity. Shot clock will not reset. That's a strong drive by Magaliko. And a timeout on the floor. Miami will take it with 5:19 left in the first period. We'll take it with them. Hofstra leading by 3. Welcome back, college basketball. Sure is great to be back, and the Pride looking strong here early.
Threes in one game, and so Miami is definitely going to have to close out tight and get her off of that three-point line.
All right, we'll see what adjustments Trisha Cullip made coming out of the timeout. She took it trailing by 3. Gal Raviv, the signal caller. Wetzel's into the game for Miami. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Raviv over to Kimpton. Now over to Wetzel. Down to 2. Adams will fire away from the logo. No good. And a turnover forced by Hofstra. They are showing some tenacity on defense here early.
Absolutely. This is one of the signature defenses that Hofstra has. Their three-point percentage against their opponents, what they allow is only less than 30% from the three-point line.
Rolled off the foot of Sanaya Garrett. She wants it back. She's got it back. She'll be pestered by Kimpson. 10-7 Hofstra. 4 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 4 from deep. There's another deep three. That rolled off the rim and down into the hands of Petticoat. Candace Petticoat with the rebound for Miami, but a foul on the floor. It'll be on Miami, and Hofstra will retain possession of the basketball. Foul was on Gal Raviv.
Hofstra with 2 offensive rebounds and Miami none. They do a really good job of second chance opportunities as a team.
They've got it down low. Spinning and looking. And no good. Taken away by the Hurricanes. And now another 3 on the way. That one is good.
Miami really looking to get out and run. And speaking with Trisha, she really wants Miami to be able to score in the first 8 seconds of the possession.
3 good by Amarachi Kimpson, the junior guard and transfer from UNLV, has tied this game at 10. That shot was blocked down low by Wetzel. Here's another look at the three-pointer. Good find by Raviv.
Good job of being ready to catch and shoot.
So Hofstra showing full court pressure, tied at 10, 3:40 left to play here in the opening period. .15 on the shot clock. Blisai up top to Wetzel, over to Raviv. Miami will spin it around the perimeter. Now they'll fire away and Wetzel misses. Natalie Wetzel's first attempt no good, off to the right.
Hofstra sitting back in an aggressive 2-3 matchup. And it's making things very difficult for Miami to find a clean shot or to even penetrate those gaps in that defense.
And Wetzel swatted it away in transition. Miami for the lead.
Transition threes from Miami forces Hofstra to call a timeout.
Victoria Blisai, the transfer from USF, with a transition three, and the Hurricanes lead for the first time this season. The Miami men will open up their season. They will do so with their rivals from up north. It'll be the Jacksonville Dolphins. Band in attendance, Miami leading by 3. Both teams showing a little full court pressure defensively here in the first quarter from the Watsco Center at the University of Miami today. There's a kick ball. Hofstra will hang on to it. 20 seconds back on the shot clock. And Emma Von Essen with a quick breather. She'll check back in for Hofstra. And subbing out is Sanaya Garrett.
Miami very active defensively.
And the Canes on a 6-0 run over the last near 2 minutes. There's a takeaway for Blisai. She'll pull up.
Heat
Three
check.
on the way. Wow.
Heat check.
Victoria Blisai, the junior out of Italy and the transfer from USF, was the 2024 American Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year. She's got a pair of threes for the Canes, who lead by 6. Danielle Santos-Atkinson yelling at the officials. She wanted a foul. There isn't one. And now Miami will push the ball in transition. Blisai, no good. Not scared to shoot it.
Absolutely. I love her confidence.
Boy, the takeaway. She stops and pops transition 3.
You know, Hofstra can't afford live ball turnovers. If Miami stacks their stops like 2, 3 in a row, you know, they can really go on a run really quickly with high-powered shooters that they have.
Hofstra gets it in to Alarise Gooden. Miami continues to pressure the Pride defensively. Dribble drive to the left hand by Carter. Here's Gooden trying to work left. Ahnay Adams can't go anywhere. Well, they do indeed get it down low, but a double team on the way. Who'd that roll off of? I think it might have clipped Tipner, the freshman for Miami, the 4-star recruit. So Hofstra will hang on to it with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Miami's doubling the post, just really smothering anyone who's catching the ball and forcing these types of turnovers. It's just not a good look for Hofstra, but it gives Miami that push that they need, and they continue to just sub fresh legs off the bench to continue their efforts in running. Peterson
and Kyle will check back in for the Canes. Wetzel and Petticoat will step aside for Miami. The turnover was by Carter, her first. She threw it away, and she was trying to find Von Essen. Miami leading by 4, 16-12. 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. Miami's already shot 9 threes. The Pride have shot 5. That shot was no good by Shaya Kyle. And that is off of Peterson. It's Hofstra basketball.
What a good job of trying to keep that possession alive with the offensive rebound, but just couldn't control it. Hofstra just needing to settle down just a little bit and execute and run their offenses and get a really good shot.
Boy, terrific defense by Adams. And he's got 3 turnovers. And that shot no good. Kyle down with the rebound. And the Canes with transition tempo. Now they're going to work it right down low to Kyle. That's a piece of cake and nearly unstoppable.
You can't defend that. You have to do your work early if you're Hofstra. You have to have someone on that weak side to help on that lob pass. But if you get sealed that far underneath by Kyle, it's really nothing you can do about it.
Shaya Kyle with her first bucket as a Hurricane, and now Miami's got another takeaway. Adams from the elbow, no good. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Miami can hang on to it here for the final possession. Now the officials want to get together. They think that there might have been a clock issue. They're going to put 16 seconds on the shot clock, 19 seconds on the game clock. As Davion Harris will check back in for Hofstra. So Miami can hold it for nearly the remaining 19 seconds here in the period. They will have to get a shot off. Ball is inbounded to Adams. Shot clock sitting at 7. Adams drives, right elbow up top. Shot clock at 3, down to 2. Kyle had it taken away. And the shot clock expires. There's a heave at the buzzer. It's no good. And the first period has come to an end. History. Canes leading 18-12. Miami 14-16 last season under the direction of Shaya Kyle in her first season. Miami was 4-14 in conference play last year. But again, the motto, and after a fabulous offseason of work by Tricia and her staff, bigger, faster, and stronger. I think, Tamara, we're seeing a little bit of that early. Really a frantic pace, too, for both sides, up and down after 10 minutes of play.
Absolutely. They are bigger,
yes.
They are stronger, and they are faster, as we see Ahnay have her way down there.
Ahnay Adams with the bucket. Her first as a Hurricane this season. She was a fan favorite last year, played in all 29 games for the Canes in 2024-2025. Largest lead of the afternoon for Miami, leading by 8. Oh, that's a beautiful hook shot there.
That is how you call for the ball. I think all of the Watsco Center knew that she was open, and her teammate Harris got her the ball.
Sandra Magaliko, who grew up in Mozambique and transferred into Hofstra from SMU. Cuts the deficit down to 6. Now she swatted that away. Still Miami basketball. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Hofstra, 5 seniors, 2 graduates on the roster, only 3 freshmen. They have 8 returnees. 9-9 in the conference last season. That was the most in the Santos Atkinson era. And a shooter's touch once again. That one rolls in for Miami. Ahnay Adams with another bucket. She's hit her last 2 from the field. 2 of 5 from the floor tonight. She's got 4 points. Miami 9 of 17, shooting 53%. Hofstra having a hard time holding on to the basketball. They've already turned it over 5 times. Miami only has 3 points off those 5 turnovers.
Excuse me,
How about that?
Harris.
Davion Harris, the center, out of the Bronx, and the transfer from Texas Southern, who played in all 32 games, made 20 starts for Texas Southern last season with a bucket.
Well,
She's on the board.
She had that one tucked all the way down in her bag.
Bombs away again. Corner 3, no good. And an air ball by Peterson. And a turnover by Hofstra. Coming back the other way is Kyle. Hands it off to Kimpton. And she had it taken away. That time it was by Alarise Gooden.
That was a football move.
And a timeout on the floor. Shaya Kyle has seen enough a little over 2 minutes into the second quarter. We'll step aside, timeout. We'll take it with them. 22-18, Miami leading. The Miami Hurricanes with a 22-18 lead over the Hofstra Pride, and Tamara James, they've shot 10 threes. They've made 3 of them, and bombing away early, Victoria Blasai, the transfer from USF.
Miami's making it known that you have to guard from baseline to baseline. And so you will be guarding Miami at the 3-point line all the way into the post. And so stretching that defense and making sure that they can knock down those 3-point attempts would definitely help their offense game on the inside.
Blasai with a team-high 6 points. Magaliko a team-high 10 for Hofstra. She's got 10 of the 18. Garrett, Harris, Gooden, Magaliko, and Carter, the 5 on the floor right now for Hofstra. Yeah, Pedicu, Adams, Wetzel, Raviv, and Pellish out there for Miami.
Hofstra's doing their best to ugly these games up. As you can see, this aggressive trap that'll get them into these longer possessions, fighting you on the glass and very active defensively.
Well, Danielle Santos-Atkinson has already used a 9-personnel rotation. She wants up-tempo. Get a breather when you need it, but let's force it as Raviv fires away. That's no good. And Miami collects the offensive rebound. Adams has got it. Here's one in the corner. Pellish for three, and it's good.
When everyone on the roster can make a three, it makes it very difficult for the defense. I don't think they have one person out there that will not shoot a three-pointer.
Pellish redshirted last season. Redshirt freshman out of Poughkeepsie's on the board. 3-time New York Upstate Player of the Year. And a former 4-star recruit has given Miami a 7-point advantage. It's a missed jumper by Gooden. Still Hofstra basketball. Miami outscored Hofstra 18-12 in the opening quarter. And outscoring them 7-6, a little over 3 minutes into quarter number 2. There's another takeaway, another turnover by Hofstra. Their 7th. Canes will try to turn it into points in transition as Pellish dribble drive. Here's Raviv in the corner for three, and it's good.
Share the ball. That is pretty impressive.
You had an opportunity to chat with Shaya Kyle, and she told you what, when we get the ball in transition, we want to score quickly.
Absolutely. Tricia said they want to score in the first 8 seconds of the possession, and it doesn't mean ill-advised shots. It means sharing the ball, multiple swings, penetrating and kicking, as we just saw in that previous possession.
And Adams buries a three after the turnover by Garrett.
On cue.
A 9-0 run for the Hurricanes over the span of 40 seconds. They've opened up a 13-point advantage, and if you're Trish, last year's team, that went 14-15 and 4-14 in the conference.
Oh, absolutely, and this is where we see the value in the coaching, because anyone can coach a bunch of talent, but can you coach players that have never played with each other, and you have this constant turnover, and you have to get them to build chemistry, you have to get them to play with your culture, and I think that Trish is doing a fantastic job doing that.
So a 9-0 run for Miami, 8 turnovers by the Pride. Left with just 2 timeouts as Danielle Santos-Atkinson, the 7th-year head coach, had to call the last one. Canes opening things up a little bit here in quarter number 2. Spinning, firing in the way, and the paint is Ahnay. Shot no good, foul on the floor. Or no foul, but the ball was off of Miami, so Hofstra will have it with 20 seconds on the shot clock as Shaya Kyle checks back in. And Candace Pettigrew, the redshirt sophomore, and the transfer from Washington State, will take a seat.
Hofstra forcing their way into a second possession, being very active on the glass, and even if they don't secure the rebound, making sure they get a tip on it is what's giving them these extra possessions.
Ahnay hands it off to Garrett. Her layup from the left side, no good. So here's Adams. Hands it off. That's a piece of cake for Shaya Kyle. Canes lead by 15 now. Kyle with 4 points. The transfer from Florida, who suffered an extreme ACL injury a couple of years ago. She was back on the court in less than 10 months, which is incredible. There's a beautiful shot. And Michaela Carter, the junior out of Ontario, knocks it down for the Hofstra Pride to stop the bleeding.
Absolutely, ACL injuries are very difficult to come back from. I had mine reconstructed just when I was a junior in high school, and so it's a lot of hard work and dedication to be back on this court in less than 10 months. Impressive.
Gal Raviv facing a little bit of pressure. A step back three, way too strong. And Ahnay's got the rebound. The transfer out of Louisiana Tech for Hofstra. Pride back to within 13. Miami's made 4 of their last 5 from the floor. There's a push down low. I think they're going to get Adams with a foul. And they will indeed for wrapping around. Emma Kareem out of Portugal, appeared in 10 games last season. She's going to check in for Hofstra. Averaged around 3.5 minutes per game last year. Made her collegiate debut against Lehigh last November. Less than 5 minutes to go in the opening half here in Miami. She spins. And that shot no good for Kareem, fresh into the game for the Pride. Adams has been busy for Miami. She hands it off to Pellish, whose three-point attempt is too strong. Another foul on the floor. And Trisha Collop is going to call Ahnay Adams over to the sideline, have a quick conversation with her. And she summoned Shaya Kyle as well. And the Canes once again going to pick things up with a little bit of full court pressure. Here comes a trap and a double team coming. Hofstra's turned it over 8 times. There's a double dribble, make it 9.
Absolutely. Hofstra's going to have to figure out a way to reset at this half and find an easier way to get the ball across half court and really to execute an offense.
Well, instead of just a half, they'd probably like a little bit of a reset and maybe figure something out here in the final 4.5 minutes to make sure it doesn't spiral out of control on them. Wetzel will inbound it to Adams for the Canes. Miami shooting 50% from the floor today. As Kimpson finds a wide open Kyle down low. The shot is good. Count the bucket and the foul. Shaya Kyle. She'll go to the free throw line. For the unconventional three-point play, she's got 6 points.
I don't know. That's a tough one. You get elbowed in your face and get a foul called on you. It's a part of the game.
So Kyle will go to the free throw line. Top 10 in the SEC in rebounds last season. Led Florida in field goal percentage and rebounding last year. She's played in the Big Ten, the SEC, and now she resides with Miami in the Atlantic Coast Conference. 35-20. And that's a travel. And another turnover.
This game is about toughness, Kyle, on both ends of the court. This is a very physical and tough game, and it's going to be decided with toughness and rebounds.
A 13-2 run over the last 3 minutes and change for Miami. They've made 5 of their last 7 from the floor. They've opened things up with a 15-point advantage. Kyle thought about that deep elbow try, thought better of it. And Kimpson's got it up top. It's a high screen. A little bit of real estate, and she rolls it in. Wow.
And it was just so smooth. You know, our nickname is Smooth, so that's exactly what that just looked like. Under control, not letting the defense speed her up.
And they're in transition. Alarise Gooden, the senior out of Canada. She's got 2 points. Kimpson, by the way, now with 5 for Miami. Ahnay Adams pacing the way with 7 points for Miami. And Magaliko's got 10 for Hofstra. Canes leading by 15. This jumper by Kyle. Hofstra's got it back, trying to chip away. Davion Harris has got it down low. Attempt no good. Boy, she can create a little bit of space, just off balance that time. Transition 3, that is no good by Belisai. Back and forth we go.
Miami getting them up right now from the three-point line. This is if you're not in shape, you can't be on this court right now at the Watsco Center, that's for sure.
Raviv and Peterson back to the scorer's table, ready to check back in for the Canes. A little under 2.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. That shot was blocked by Shaya Kyle. Back come the Canes. Belisai, no good.
Well, she was hot early on, but she's struggling right now to hit one.
It's the 18th attempted 3 by the Hurricanes here in the first half. They're shooting 33%, 6 of 18. It's not a bad mark. They have not been shy to shoot the 3. And now Davion Harris had it taken away, but immediately Hofstra takes it right back.
Hofstra needs a really good push before the half. This last minute and a half, they need to be able to get a couple of stops and to give them some momentum going into the half.
Step back baseline jumper, no good for Gooden. Another three on the way for Miami. That's no good. The attempt by Kimpson. Another chance. Kyle from the baseline, no good. About 12 feet outside. So Miami's missed their last 5 from the floor. They haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. But neither have Hofstra.
I think when both teams are just a little bit tired because the tempo was just going and going and going. Both teams need to settle down and get a good shot within deep into the clock. Right now it's just running and gunning and with very little legs, and we're seeing the effects of that.
Kayla Carter, the junior, was just called for an offensive foul by Hofstra. Another turnover. That's the 12th turnover by the Pride. They've got 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes and 28 seconds. And I would imagine Danielle Santos-Atkinson not very happy right now, and there will be plenty to discuss during the intermission and the recess. Lasai's got it up top.
Who become Miami's go-to bucket late in the shot clock?
Strong drive by Peterson. Threw it off the underside of the hoop. 51.5 seconds left to play in the quarter. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Miami 37, Hofstra 22. Tamara James, Kyle Seeloff with you. And we thank you for hanging out with us today. College basketball is back, so too are the Miami Hurricanes and the Hofstra Pride. Long off season is come and gone. It's good to be back with you. Another near turnover that time. And here is Garrett driving. Foul's going to be on Miami, and it's going to be Kimpson, the guilty party. Kimpson with her first, and the 3rd team foul by the Hurricanes. Miami just 2 of their last 11 from the floor. They haven't made a shot in their last 7 tries. And Von Essen's attempt no good. 30 seconds on the game clock, and Raviv was just brought down to the floor by Sanaya. Garrett just got tackled. Here's another look. Garrett just grabbed her, brought her right to the deck. First foul on Garrett. 4th team foul by Hofstra. Less than 30 seconds left to play. 25 seconds, back on the shot clock. Kimpson will run it down after Miami nearly turned it over. Trisha Cullop telling the Canes to hurry up with 15 seconds. And now 10 on the shot clock. And Raviv directing traffic. She'll work back to the right with the right hand. 3 balls straight away, no good, too strong. Clock down to 1, and a last-second heave will come up short, and that'll bring us to halftime here in Coral Gables. Miami shot 40. Hofstra this season, but not available tonight. It'll be Hofstra to start with the basketball. Second half underway. Start of the 3rd quarter here in Miami. On opening day and opening night in college basketball. Dribble drive. The underhand layup attempt no good. A little bit too strong by Sandra Magaliko. That's her first miss of the night. Got a blocked Pettigrew down low, and she cleaned up her own miss and got a bucket.
Pettigrew starting over Kyle.
Trisha Cullop mixing things up a little bit, and the immediate turnover here, a 10-second violation. Pesky defense by Miami.
They don't seem to have missed a beat.
No, not at all.
Inside, inside, inside. The ball needs to be played from inside out. That is going to be the success of this Miami Hurricanes team. I mean, they're huge. Why would you not?
Yeah. First turnover of the second half and 3rd quarter for Hofstra. Now 13 in total on the game. Miami has turned it over just 5 times. Hofstra has got just a pair of points off those 5 Miami turnovers. Gal Raviv has got it on the right wing, now top of the key, and she dribbles all the way to the left side and floats it off the window. That's good. Boy, she did it all herself that time.
All left.
Started on the right wing and took it all the way to the rack, left side. Little kiss off the glass. Magaliko down low, back up top for Carter. It's Michaela Carter, junior out of Ontario. 29 games, 7 starts last season for the Pride. Good and working, free throw line, jumper good.
Very nice two-man game on the left side of the court. Magaliko is going to be someone that Hofstra offense is going through. Something involving her is what's going to be the success maker for this offense.
Going to get Michaela Carter with a foul. That's her 3rd foul. And the first for Hofstra. So we will see here if Danielle Santos-Atkinson wants to keep Michaela Carter in the game with those 3 fouls. Looks like she will for a second. On a risk of 4th so early in the 3rd quarter. Raviv got tied up down low. Hofstra took it away. Numbers in transition. Carter down low for Magaliko. She's working on Petticoat and puts it up and in. That was a heck of a job.
I like it. I like the poise, the patience, to wait and see who's going to cut through. You have that isolation. And then just a one-on-one move. You really don't see that too much anymore.
Well, Magaliko's got 12, and that 3 is banked in.
Nothing closes in Miami, not even the bank.
Oof. Natalie Wetzel, the freshman and 4-star recruit, with her first 3 points as a member of the Miami Hurricanes. Look at the footwork down low here, Tamara, by Magaliko. That's a young Tamara James right there on the screen.
That's something I would have done. That is a move that I would have done. Finding a way to try to chip back into this basketball game.
You know, in all seriousness, though, for Magaliko, if that's a move you can master 10 feet away from the bucket on the baseline, you're going to rack up a lot of points over the course of the season. Here's a turnover, though. Good and threw it right to Miami. And Kimson puts it up and in. A little right-handed floater for Amarachi Kimson, the transfer from UNLV. And now a foul. And the guilty party, Ahnay Adams. Her second, team second.
If you're Trisha, you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Give me an aggressive foul, playing defense, and stopping, and it's not a live ball turnover.
Miami is not yet stopped. Pressuring Hofstra, leading by 20. 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter. 3-point attempt, no good by Olivia Van Patten, the forward out of Cranston, Rhode Island. With the Hofstra basketball, that rolled out of bounds off of a Miami Hurricane. As Shaya Kyle checks back in for the Canes, and Emma Kareem, the sophomore out of Portugal, is back into the contest for Hofstra. Van Patten will take a seat. Von Essen will take it out. She's been quiet tonight. And another turnover. Numbers, 2-on-1 opportunity. Wetzel gets fouled. She'll go to the free throw line.
This is an opportunity to Hofstra to just gather up and try to figure out how they are going to beat this man-to-man or these different defenses that Miami is throwing at them in a full court manner.
Well, Natalie Wetzel to the free throw line for Miami, a 4-star recruit. One of the best 100 in the country coming out of high school. Misses that one, a bit too strong. First team All-State in Pennsylvania last season, averaged 19 points in a game as a high school senior. Out of McMurray, Pennsylvania, the 6'3" freshman knocks that one in.
Miami has 5 freshmen coming in to learn about this culture.
How about that?
The beautiful campus here at the University of Miami.
Top 10 recruiting class for the 5 freshmen within the top 100 in the country, which is extremely impressive for Tricia Cullum. Look, this is a program that was 14-15 last season, 4-14 in conference play. Her and her staff took the recruiting trail hard and said, this is what we have to offer here at Miami. You come here, we really feel like we can rebuild and reload in a hurry, and they're hoping they do that this year.
Yeah, I know Tricia got the job late in the recruiting season, and so this is what I consider will be her season to really dictate and to look at what she's been able to assemble with her coaching staff.
Raviv, wide open 3, no good. Rebound by Garrett. Hofstra will push the pace. Whoa, what about that shot by Sanaya Garrett? Just threw it up there with her right hand and got it to go.
A little English off the glass.
That's a hard-fought, well-earned first bucket of the night in season for Shaya Garrett, the junior out of Jacksonville. They say she transferred in from Jacksonville, grew up in Philadelphia. Good basketball city. Kyle wide open underneath from Raviv, and Shaya Kyle was fouled, so she'll go back to the free throw line.
A little nod to Asia Wilson, and Garrett has the A1s on her feet. She has a championship nod on her to help her get the English off the glass.
Emma Von Essen was called for the foul. And Shaya Kyle back to the free throw line for the second time tonight. She's now 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. She had 16 double-doubles last season, was the second leading scorer for the Florida Gators. She led the Gators in field goal percentage and rebounding last year. And Tricia Cullip was just tickled pink that Miami was able to reel in one of the better portal players in the country.
Absolutely, this score table has been a revolving door of continued energy. Energy out, energy in. Legs out, legs in. They've been able to keep this pressure for almost 30 minutes right now of this game. Full court pressure. They haven't skipped a beat.
Adams and Wetzel out for Miami. Kareem thought about a 3 and hands it off. And another opportunity for Garrett. It was a bit too strong. Tie up on the floor. And if it's a jump ball, it'll be Miami basketball.
Interesting. They called jump ball.
So it is Miami basketball, leading by 21 with 6:05 left to play in the quarter.
Miami slowly extending this lead.
Kyle, Osho, Raviv, Blasai, and Kimson on the floor for the Canes. And another whistle. And a foul on Michaela Carter.
It's a tall ass down there to guard Kyle. It's a big body, a lot of height.
And free throw opportunities coming up here for Miami.
Very
Shaya Kyle
early.
will go back.
Almost 6 minutes left in the quarter. Miami is already in the bonus. See if they take advantage of that.
Real good. It was Davion Harris who was called for the foul. Second personal foul by Davion Harris. And Meredith Tipner, the freshman out of Noblesville, Indiana. And another top 100 player and 4-star recruit will check in for Miami. As good as she is at basketball, Tamara, she was the Gatorade Indiana Girls Soccer Player of the Year last year.
Oh, so she does really well with conditioning.
She does it all.
She
Does it all.
When I think of soccer, I just think of running. It gives me anxiety.
You don't have to do it anymore. And an offensive foul called on Hofstra. Going to get Emma Kareem for reaching.
A little hook around the neck.
Yep. It's a 23-point advantage for the Hurricanes. And is that off of Raviv? No. She lost control of the basketball, and now she'll inbound it underneath the basketball. And they get it right on into Shaya Kyle, who was fouled hard. She'll go right back to the free throw line.
Whoa, that was a heavy swing. I'm glad it missed. And Kyle doesn't seem to be the one that you want to put at the free throw line.
No, I would agree with that.
She's shooting very well from the free throw line, which is very impressive to see from a post player.
3 substitutions: Maddie Pounds, Alarise Gooden, and Michaela Carter all check in for Hofstra. And now Yen Unwi is going to check in as well. So a line change here for the Pride. And Davion Harris will take a seat in a moment, but they're going to send Yen Unui back to the scorer's table for a second.
Hofstra's trying to find a way to not let this game get completely out of hand.
Free throw no good. So Kyle now 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Shaya Kyle now with a team high 11 points for the Hurricanes. Magaliko pacing all scores in this contest. She's got 12 for Hofstra. And now Raviv in transition. Blasai underneath and a bucket for Tipner.
Nice unselfish basketball from the Canes. See, we continue to see the way they share the ball in a manner that allows them to play very, very high-tempo basketball.
And a bucket that Meredith Tipner will never forget. The freshman with her first bucket. Center tonight. College basketball back here in South Florida. Got a doubleheader for you tonight. Miami women playing right now. Men will begin at 8 o'clock. The Jay Lucas era. They'll usher it in at 8 o'clock against Jacksonville here at the Watsco Center. We'll have it for you on ACC Network Extra. 4:30 left to play in the third quarter. And a whistle.
I love the instant reaction. Who? Me?
Yeah.
I didn't foul.
The freshman Tipner, who got her first college bucket right before we went to commercial break. Now she's got her first college foul. Should be plenty of opportunity here in the final 15 minutes or so for some of these young, high-quality, highly touted freshmen to play. Tipner's one of them. Here she goes. Big old body down low. She puts it up and in. Wow. Meredith Tipner's got 4 points. She did it all herself with a takeaway and just bullied Michaela Carter down low for a bucket.
Absolutely. Trisha's philosophy is built on defending first and then pushing the advantage into transition.
Here's the steal and fast break bucket for Tipner. I mean, she does it all alone here.
We'll see it. Defending first and pushing that pace in transition. Miami is looking to be a transition team.
Even looking at the replay, very subtle, very subtle hesitation right down there on the block. Create a little space. Tipner's got it back. Another whistle. Looks like Victoria Blasai was fouled. Or no, it's an offensive foul.
Wow.
It's an offensive foul on Miami. Now Peterson, Okolo, Pellish, and Adams. 4 new Hurricanes back out onto the floor here.
And you get to extend the life. When you have this type of depth that Miami has, you don't have to tire out your players. Right. They don't have to average 30-plus minutes a game.
Right.
It's going to be a long season, and ACC play is going to come, and you really need to see what you have on both ends of the floor with everyone you have on your roster.
Miami's played 12 different players tonight. Adams has played the most, 21 minutes. She's got control of the basketball right now for the Canes. She's got 7 points. Kyle pacing the way for Miami with 11. Now, your rotation probably more like 10, but the pace and style that Trisha Cullip wants to play, they're going to have to get out and boogie, and be making a lot of substitutions. 3-on-1 here for Hofstra. And tried to do it all herself, and doing it is Unui.
Transition defense for the Canes. We've seen a few times where Hofstra's been able to just penetrate and go coast to coast all by themselves.
Double team coming. 3 was no good. Second chance opportunity though for Miami. That is good. And a 28-point advantage. Peterson with the bucket. She's got 6 after the 3 was missed by Okolo. One and done opportunity. Back come the Hurricanes. Wide open 3 ball on the way. Just a bit too strong by Tipner. Back and forth we go. Here comes Carter. Down low shot, no good. Rebounded by Miami. A foul on the floor. And I believe that's going to send Ahnay Williams, or Ahnay Adams, I beg your pardon, to the free throw line.
Miami's trying to find that touch from beyond the arc.
Timeout called by Hofstra and Danielle Santos Atkinson. Canes up big, late third quarter. Hofstra's only attempted 8. And Adams attempts the 12th of the night for the Hurricanes, and Miami now 8 of 12. Oh, you know what? I beg your pardon. I was looking at 3-point field goals attempted by Hofstra. They have not yet. I guess this would make my point even clearer. They have not yet attempted a free throw tonight in this game.
Miami's done a good job of playing disciplined defense and keeping, Hofstra's outside of the paint. Hofstra's gotten a few transition buckets, but as far as like half-court buckets, Hofstra's kind of struggled.
Boy, spinning and throwing it up there was Garrett, and she's going to get called for a travel.
I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that. Oh, the spinning going up.
19th turnover of the night by Hofstra. And Miami's turned 19 Pride turnovers. And to 21 points.
Yeah, Miami's only had 2 turnovers this half.
Yeah. Peterson just bullying Hofstra down low. Created a little bit of separation.
I like it. Miami's bid can be really a real game changer here this year for the Hurricanes.
.2-point advantage. Yeah, 3 is good for Shaya Garrett.
Inside out buckets. That's what you want to see. You want to see the post get a little bit of involvement, and the post knows you get double where that ball should go.
Well, it's amazing, Tamara. Hofstra had a couple of very early threes in this contest. I say a couple, just 2. In that last make, their 3rd made three-pointer. It took, nearly 2 full quarters after the first 2 were made to get another. Foul on the floor for the first time tonight. Hofstra is going to the free throw line.
And there we go.
Alarise Gooden is going to the free throw line. Here's the foul, and I believe they're going to call the foul on Ahnay Adams.
Must be a blocking foul. Ahnay Adams was really good at taking charges last year.
It's her 3rd personal foul. She may have been inside of that restricted area. And the free throw attempt no good by Gooden.
No pun intended.
And she drills the second. 62-34, 45 seconds left to play in quarter number 3. Adams to Peterson. Defender comes off the floor. Peterson up and in.
Just nasty work.
Yeah, it is.
If you let her get you that low on the block, I mean, it's really nothing you can do.
And now a turnover. Peterson with 10 points after that make, 5 of 7 from the field. Miami not slowing down, and Adams banks home a 3.
All gas, no brakes for the Lady Miami Hurricanes. Completely have overwhelmed this Hofstra offense.
26 attempted threes by Miami. They've made 8. And now Ahnay Adams has a team-high 12 points tonight. That 3 just a touch too strong by Emma Von Essen, who's been really quiet tonight for Hofstra. That's a loud 3rd quarter for the Hurricanes. Kick off the college basketball season. 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. on YouTube. How times have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, technology and social media and the transfer portal has really done wonders for this game.
Tamara, you were so darn good and one of just a few members of the Hall of Fame here in Miami. I see the pain in your eyes every time you walk in the gym, and you were 20 years younger. The money you would have made in NIL.
Ooh, gosh, I could have retired my entire family by now.
Now, instead of having 3 homes that you have down here, you could have at least had a 4th.
You know, God knew what he was doing. Wanted to sit me down just a little bit, pave the way for other people.
I agree with you.
But it's such incredible. It's incredible
It is.
what we have been able to accomplish as a sport, especially in women's basketball. Amazing opportunities for women to make a living while they play.
You're right. It truly was not long ago that there was really nothing in it for the women at the college level or for at the professional level. You were the 8th overall pick in the WNBA draft, and you know, you were in the league at a time where people didn't think much of it. It wasn't on TV a whole lot, right? But now you watch now, and there's millions of dollars out there for these student athletes and professionals. It really is cool. You're right, to see how far the game has come.
Absolutely. I'm very excited about the WNBA season. We just saw an amazing WNBA season with a lot of talent encompassing from the best teams to the teams that weren't very competitive. They still were filled with a roster full of dogs that can go and start on anyone's roster. And so very, very happy to see how the game has grown and have an unrivaled right down the street here in Miami, to have these young ladies be a part of this program and to be able to, you know, engage with professional women and women who they see themselves in their shoes one day.
Jessica Peterson at the free throw line for Miami. Missed the first and missed the second. Came up empty. And I think that just rolled right off the fingertips of Yen Unwi. Or was it Sanaya Garrett? It was Garrett, and it's Miami basketball. Early stages of the 4th quarter. Miami had a 6-point lead after 1. Really opened things up at halftime. And they have fueled themselves by a 30-point 3rd quarter. Leading 67-36.
Peterson just 3 shy of a double-double. This shot puts Raviv into double digits.
She is the 4th Kane into double digits tonight, along with Peterson, Kyle, and Ahnay Adams, who leads all Miami scorers with 12. Too short by Emma Von Essen, who's got just 3 points tonight. She's 1 of 8 from the field, and she is one of 2 preseason all-conference nominations. But Emma Von Essen very quiet tonight for Hofstra.
Miami just racking up the free throws. Very quiet in the first half with both teams. One team not going at all, Miami barely going, and now it seems like Miami's living at free throw line.
Shooting 60% from the free throw line, 9 of 15. Hofstra 1 of 2. And Maya Cohn, the southpaw, a little too strong. She led FIU in scoring last season. FIU transfer. 2024-2025 preseason Conference USA Player of the Year. And she misses them both.
Miami 0 for 4 with these last 2 trips to the free throw line.
Maya Cohn, who we just saw for Miami attempt those 2 free throws, missed them both. Just a couple of minutes played here tonight. Just a couple of years ago, she was the Conference USA 6th Player of the Year. Hasn't seen the floor a whole lot here tonight. Just now seeing her in the 4th quarter. We'll see what type of impact she makes for Miami this season. Coast to coast, from Garrett.
We've seen this from Garrett a few times. Just put her head down and go hard to the right and create something off of that right side, and she's been successful in doing so.
Peterson over for Raviv, no good. And cleaning it up is Cohn on the board.
Miami now out rebounding Hofstra.
Quick trigger 3, good for Von Essen. It's her first 3 since the early stages of this game.
How she started off the game.
It's amazing. She gave Hofstra a 3-0 lead, and she just scored for the first time since the opening minute. And Peterson. Left elbow for Kimpson. little hesitation. Now in the corner, 3, Osho, no good. Miami basketball. Rolled off of Harris. 7:02 left to play in the game. Shaya Kyle is back in for Miami. 3 of 7 from the floor. She's got 11 points tonight. You got Kyle, Osho, Cone, Raviv, and Kimpson, the 5 on the floor for Miami. Traveling violation. Garrett, Von Essen, Harris, Gooden, and Magaliko on the floor for Hofstra.
Miami still in full court man-to-man defense, where you condition your team to be bigger, faster, stronger, and to have that endurance to be able to sustain that level of play for 40 minutes.
Harris knocks one down. She's got 4 points tonight. And Raviv nearly had that poked away by Von Essen. Now Kimpson down low.
Look at
Beautiful
that.
find.
Beautifully executed. They knew exactly where they want that ball to go. It could have been a turnover if the defense just turned around, but they trusted in their offense and that execution.
73-43 now. Shaya Kyle with 13 points. And her Hurricanes debut. There's a foul. Gooden got knocked around. She'll go to the free throw line. As Emma Kareem will check back in for the Pride, replacing Emma Von Essen. So Alarise Gooden to the free throw line, the senior guard out of Brampton, Ontario.
This is a good test for Hofstra. You know, if they're with their culture, they have a culture of rebounding.
Yep.
Top 10 in the country in rebounding, or I think top 30, I'm sorry, in rebounding last year as a team, and they've come across a very big Miami team that has out-rebounded them tonight, right now by 6.
Offensive rebound by Harris. After the miss. And now Magaliko shimmying and shaking.
They must have heard me because they picked up 2 quick rebounds.
Yeah, they did.
Offensively, back-to-back.
There's Harris being pestered. Covered up by Cone. Open 3 in the corner. No good. Foul on the floor. They're going to get a Hurricane for this one. And they're going to get Shaya Kyle with the foul.
That's another loose ball rebound. So we saw in this possession 3 rebounds that's resulted in a foul. Something that Miami has to be careful of when they get into conference play for sure.
First foul of the night by Shaya Kyle. And an offensive foul by Michaela Carter. Yen Unwee will check back in. Magaliko will take a seat with 5:37 left to play. And don't forget, following the conclusion of the women's game here in Miami tonight, the men are coming up at 8 o'clock right here on ACC Network Extra. Oh, strong move to the rack for Kimpson.
Very deceptive with her speed. You know, she says she's smooth, but she's very, very elusive, able to get to the basket really quickly when she puts on those burners.
75 points now on the board for Miami. Harris on the baseline, working on Kyle.
Ooh, excuse me.
Little step back jumper for Harris.
Behind the backboard.
Yeah. Just bullied Shaya Kyle. And now Kyle's going to work on Harris down low. Double team. And a jump ball. It'll remain Miami basketball. We've got a timeout on the floor. 4:41 left to play. 75-46. Miami leading. But Davion Harris, the senior center out of the Bronx, knocks one down. She's got 6. Kyle, Adams, and Raviv, all with 10-plus points for the Hurricanes. Kyle, Lacolo, Osho, Pellish, and Tipner on the floor for Miami. Pounce, Kareem, Unwee, Carter, and Black Stewart out there for Hofstra. And Blasai, left hand, no good. And now Pettigrew works left, comes back right, too strong. Follow up, no good. And is Miami going to get another opportunity? Yes, they will. So Blasai missed the layup, Pettigrew missed the layup. And a couple of offensive rebounds. And Miami's still with the basketball. Well, that's a beautiful, strong move.
I like it.
For Okolo. Soma Okolo, the freshman out of Leander, Texas. A two-way player and a four-star recruit. You know what they say about Soma Okolo, don't you? She's got a 20-inch vertical. She can dunk the basketball.
Oh, and now I need to see a dunk. Come on, Colo.
2024 Central Texas Girls Basketball Player of the Year Award finalist with a 20-inch vertical who can get up there and flush it.
Well, she's very shifty. We just saw her just have her way and get whatever she wanted out of that possession. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Volleyball program might need to give her a ring.
Our volleyball program is doing really well.
Top 15 in the country.
Absolutely. When you ask me what other sports I like to watch, volleyball is one of them. I wanted to play volleyball at Miami.
Did you?
I did.
Wouldn't let you out there, huh?
I wanted to play both, but I couldn't.
Why? They wouldn't let you?
Time wouldn't permit it.
Well, your education is very important. We know you didn't miss a class. There's an offensive foul.
Listen, when you are on any of these types of basketball or sports programs, they leave very little time for anything else. Film, practices, and you know, practice doesn't begin and end in the court. You're getting shots up, you're doing a little bit of everything.
And there's a travel. Pettigrew walked with it this time. Figures to be another important piece for Miami. Very deep team. She was the 2022-2023 Mountain League Defensive Player of the Year, a transfer from Washington State. And she can get up there and block some shots herself.
All I'm hearing that Miami has a lot of potential and a lot of talent here on this team this year.
And Trisha Cullop in year number 2, hoping that they can turn all this potential and talent into a boatload of victories. Be a fun season here in Coral Gables. Canes have been uber aggressive tonight. They have forced so many turnovers. 22 of them to be exact. That deep three was no good by Kareem.
Looks like we're in the bonus now.
Simone Pellish, redshirt freshman out of Poughkeepsie, called for the foul. And that one is good.
If I'm Hofstra, I'm walking away from this game telling my team that, you know, this is a high-powered Miami team that we're playing against. This is a good bump, a good test, and a good challenge. Understanding against this type of competition, the importance and the ability to handle and take care of the basketball and not go away from what makes us who we are.
Takeaway by Kareem. Now with 3 off the glass is no good. That was attempted by Sanaya Garrett, but she missed off to the left. And now another foul. And Miami will head back to the free throw line. Looks like it'll be Candace Pettigrew to attempt the free throws. The foul was on Kareem, her third. And the free throw no good, so Miami now Now, this is an area that they're going to want to work on. They are now 10 of 19 from the free throw line tonight.
Absolutely. It was something that they also struggled last year with. It's beyond.
Now 10 of 20, shooting just 50% from the free throw line. And those free throws become very valuable, get into conference play and power 4 matchups. And those games go down to the wire, leading, trailing by 3, couple of minutes left to play. You want to be able to look afterwards and say we took care of business at the free throw line.
Because, like you said, it's going to be really important when it comes down to ACC play and those really close games, and you look and you lose by, if you happen to lose by 2 or 3 and you've missed 10 free throws, and you see how we could have won this game. And that is what Miami's going to look at.
Now, Trisha Cull up on the verge of winning her 15th game as the head coach of the Miami Hurricanes. Another foul. At this top 10 recruiting class for the 5 freshmen, top 100 in the country, top 15 portal class. In fact, Miami's portal class checked in at number 13. Lost the entire starting 5 from a season ago, but rebuilding and reloading.
We're seeing the way she's able to start this season right now behind depth, speed, and front court dominance. And we can add rebounding in there because they've been a monster. 16 offensive rebounds from this Miami team this evening. Get you a lot of second chance opportunities.
Tipner missed the free throw. Miami now 10 of 21. And now 11 of 22, shooting 50% from the free throw line. I'll tell you what, Hofstra was picked to finish 9th in the preseason conference poll. I understand that this is a big game for them, a power 4 opponent on the road. I'm not too sure that this is a 9th place team in the conference, in the CAA this season. They will pressure you defensively, and the season is obviously very young with opening night tonight, but I'd be very encouraged if I was Hofstra, kind of the effort that they've displayed.
Absolutely. I haven't seen one young lady give up yet.
Right.
They've played from whistle to whistle through every possession, and they're still grabbing rebounds, still causing turnovers, even with 2 minutes left with the game, out of reach. And that tells a lot about the character you have of your team and the culture that you're instilling, as a program.
Colo down low on the block for Petticoat, who spins and fires and misses, but she'll go back to the free throw line. Final 2 minutes starting to drag in a 79-48 affair. And Petticoat hits the first. Misses the second, and I think she's going to get another stab at it. There was a lane violation.
Christmas came early for the Canes.
And another chance, and Petticoat makes the most of it. 81-48, under 2 minutes left to play. Men coming up in 1 hour. Miami and Jacksonville. Jay Lucas era will begin right here on ACC Network Extra. Make sure you join us. It'll be myself and, well, another Miami Hall of Famer. It's the former sharpshooter, Jack McClinton. Yeah, the call at 8 o'clock. Expecting a nice big crowd. Just a couple hundred student tickets remain for that one. That shot was blocked by Colo. Here come the Canes in transition, not wasting any time. 3 no good. The attempt by Pellish missed. And near takeaway there by Blasai.
Shooter always have their hands ready. I'm open. Minute and 18, special situation if you're Hofstra. Something to look forward, having live game scenarios of things that you can work on to get your game going and to get these special situations going down later in the quarter. In the season, sorry.
It's always something to work on.
Absolutely.
Nearing 1 minute left to play.
They'll go with their horns play.
Hofstra shooting 37% from the field. Tonight, Miami shooting 45%. The attempt no good that time by Black's Stewart. Their first shot of the night missed off to the right. Blasai in control of the basketball for Miami. 45 seconds left to go. Teams haven't scored in a little over 3 minutes. Offensive rebound by Okolo. Shot no good. Gets it again. Miami's setting up one more play. And Pettigrew hands it off to Blasai, who fires away and misses. Another offensive rebound. A foul. The bucket is good for Okolo. Count the bucket and foul.
Just persistent, just wants the basketball, those 50-50 balls, those effort plays, things that really don't show up on the stat sheet of how hard you crash in your pursuit of the ball. Miami's done a great job of that tonight.
You know, you mentioned coming out of halftime, another offensive rebound there. Miami was being out-rebounded. Canes now out-rebounding Hofstra 45-32 as we wrap this one up. So,
absolutely.
A much improved second half for the Hurricanes. 30 points in the third quarter. 16 more here in the fourth. And in year number 2 under Tricia Cullop, it's a resounding 83-48 victory for Miami over Hofstra on opening night.
Absolutely, Miami has set the tone.